Here's how I made KSI this Prime commercial. I've been watching his videos for a long time. He made me laugh a lot.
We'll continue from where we left off.
Now, it's time to return the favor. It's safe to say KSI is not living his best days. So, what's a better way to cheer him up than creating a commercial for his company, Prime? Let's get started. Chapter 1. The plan. Before thinking about any idea for the commercial, there's a small problem. I do not have any Prime bottles, and where I'm from, we're grateful for having clean water. But luckily, I have some experience with 3D softwares, aka Blender. Now, there's a lot of Prime fan-made commercials out there, so I knew I had to think of something different for it to have a good chance to be seen by KSI. And after scraping idea after idea, I finally found it. So hear me out. What if we're in a boxing ring and we have two exhausted fighters, one a Gatorade bottle and the other a Red Bull can, sparring each other at this dark and sweaty place. And after the end of the round, while they're resting in their corners, they start drinking that tasty Prime liquid. Okay. Chapter 2. Modeling characters. We need to agree about something if we want this video to be done during our lifetime. If I find it online, it's mine. Now we have 4 characters that we need to model. A Gatorade fighter, a Red Bull fighter, a Prime hydration bottle, and a Prime energy can. Starting with the Gatorade fighter. First, we need a Gatorade bottle. I wanted the bottle that is similar in size to the Prime bottle. And after searching for some time, here it is. Forgot to tell you something. I ain't spending a dime. So I'll have to model the bottle myself. Well, we'll make a better one anyways. First, I got the reference and got started right away with the modeling process. And after growing some white hair, we finally have a Gatorade model. You thought I was done with the modeling part. Well, no sir. Here, we're all about quality. So, I'll have to model this part at the bottom that no one would see. Add the lightning. Well, they're pretty cool, I have to say. The bottle cap, the thing under the bottle cap. And we're done with the modeling part. Now, we need to add some textures to finalize the bottle. I got a Gatorade label. It needed some adjustments in Photoshop, and I added it to the bottle. I added the plastic material, the blue liquid, and here we have it. A decent bottle. But remember, it is a nasty and dehydrated Gatorade bottle. So I took the bottle to Substance Painter where I can add the final touches. I added some, or actually a lot of scratches to the bottle, damage to the label, and we're pretty much done with the bottle. Now, what's left is to make him a boxer. I searched for a human 3D model to be the body of the boxer and found this guy by Amahmuni. And more importantly, it's free! Thank you, Amahmuni. I also needed a boxing glove. Found this one by Pedro Pierim. Thank you, Pedro. I made some adjustments to the body, like adding boots, then took the guy and boxing gloves to Substance Painter because remember, he's a nasty and dehydrated boxer. And after captivating him for years, we finally have a Gatorade boxer. 1 character down, 3 to go. Now, with the Red Bull boxer, things are going to be easier for a couple of reasons. First, I already have a Red Bull can that I created for a previous project, so I only needed to take him to Substance Painter to add the dehydrating touches. And what's left now is to play with the material colors of the human model and the boxing gloves that I already have. And here we have the Red Bull boxer. With the Prime characters, things are going to be a bit different because of course you know, Prime is amazing. Prime is the ultimate hydration drink. It is shiny, it is... So, I started searching for a Prime hydration bottle. Yes! I grabbed the reference image and started modeling right away. And again, modeling the bottom part that no one... And we're pretty much done with the bottle. Now, textures. I barely found the Prime label texture online, and it was a low-res label. So I tried to use an AI tool to bump up the resolution, and it worked. I put the label on. What the? I put the label on, took the bottle to Substance Painter, and add the magical touches. And we're done. What if we added a bit of condensation to the bottle? It wouldn't be that difficult. Don't want to talk about it. And we're done with the bottle. We just need to give him a body, and that's easy. Get the one that we already have and play with the textures for a bit. And voila! 3 down, 1 to go. The Prime Can Man. This time, I did not search for a 3D model online because my doctor told me it was bad for my health. You see, I'm a bit emotional talking about it. And look at that, we're done with the can. On to the textures. And here is where I faced the big problem. Again, I barely found the label and it was too low in resolution. It looked like it came out of GTA GTA San Andreas. I tried AI, but it didn't really help. So I had to go in Photoshop and basically recreate the whole label by getting high-res elements of the label from different places online and align each item to the original label. And it looks like it worked. I hopped into Substance Painter and we're done. 4 down, character modeling done. Chapter 3, rigging. Now we have the characters, but they can't move, so we need to rig them. And thanks to Blender Rigify add-on, this is going to be an easy task. Not really. It's only a matter of aligning the bones to the body and clicking the Rigify button. And just like that, you have a character that can move. However, sometimes matters didn't go as planned and further action was needed. But that was basically what I did for the 4 characters. Except for the Gatorade one. I wanted to do something extra with the Gatorade bottle since it's transparent. I thought about having some liquid that moves around in response to the boxer's movement. How hard can that be? Okay, here we go. What the? After 2 days of trying, I decided to abandon the idea because I almost fried my PC. It was a bad idea anyways. Chapter 4, building the set. For the set, I wanted the boxing ring to be in this industrial, dark, and more like abandoned place. So I started searching for references that would inspire me. And I landed on this one. It's very similar to what I have in mind. It gives mysterious vibes, plus I like the lights right there. I started by looking for a boxing ring, and I found this clean one by Bangbalat, and it's free. Thank you man. I placed one of the characters in the middle of the ring for scale and started modeling the windows. I also incorporated the lights into the window body. Let's add the array modifier and ta-da! Moving on to the roof. As you can see, we're going for an industrial, more like a hangar roof. So I started by making the curved roof, modeling these metal supports, hitting them with that array modifier. And okay, that might look a mess from outside, but we have to agree about another thing here. If it's not in frame, save yourself from the hit pain. I also added these dimmed lights, hit them with the array modifier, enclosed the space, added this exit door made by Blue Man Group, and they're free, of course. Thank you, Blue Man Group. And we're basically done with modeling the set. On to texturing. I hopped onto Substance Painter to texture the hell out of the set. Starting with the boxing ring, I went for a sweaty and wet look for the ring's surface, or mat. That usual shiny looking rope, wrinkle the side curtains, the all metal look for the ring posts, the cracked leather look for these corner padding, and that's basically it for the ring. For the windows, I added a bit of dust or basically imperfections to make it look more realistic. The scratch metal look to the light frame, and that's basically it for the window. For the wall, I went for an old wall look. With these metal roof supports, I added some imperfections again, like dust and rust. For the roof, again, I made it look old. And lastly, for the floor, I used this texture that I found on Adobe's Community Assets by Choi Ganymede. It's free. Thank you, Choi. And with little clicks here and there, the set is finally ready. Chapter 5, animation. Animation is the most time-consuming part of the process. And for me, it is the most challenging part since I'm not the best at animating characters. But we need to agree about another thing here. If you need help, get help.
Yo, so I got this amazing video idea. Hello?
Okay, so after losing my dignity trying to convince him for a week, my man Stitch agreed to help me with the animation. He is the best in the game. And after about 2 weeks of staring at a screen, our characters came to life, while it sucked ours. Chapter 6, rendering. Before hitting that sweet render button, I have to prepare my scene first. In what way, you might ask? Like, for example, lighting the scenes. For starters, I added this HDRI to have as my default source of light. And as you can see from inside, the HDRI makes the windows pop out. I added area lights to every light source to have a more realistic behavior of light in the scene. And that's basically it for our lighting. Next thing I did is that I added fog to try and make the scene more dramatic and mysterious. And with little bits of tweaks here and there, I'm finally ready to hit that render button and go hibernate. Chapter 7, the commercial. Before watching the commercial, here's the plan of how we might make KSI watch the commercial. KSI does these Reddit videos where he interacts with his fans' content on his subreddit. So, I'm going to post the commercial on his subreddit. And if you like the commercial, you're going to smash that upvote button. And if you do not like it, you can go